Hey, Contact Mapper, it's Adrian. Happy Friday. Hope you've had an amazing week. Great to be with you. And I've gotten breaking news for you. The internet has been lying to you, and it's been lying to you for a long time. And that probably doesn't come as a huge surprise to you, but maybe you're wondering why or what exactly I mean by that. And here's what I want to tell you: the internet's been lying to you in the sense that what the internet promises you is this sort of ease, that it's going to be easy, that we can just sort of turn the switch on and it's going to give you whatever you want. So it's going to be easy to get that job. You're going to go through the job portal and you're going to apply there and you're going to get in. You're going to get the job. You're going to apply online for that college and that's just going to sort of magically show up and that's going to work out. Whatever it is, the internet is very good at giving us this sense that if we just sort of throw some money at it, that it's going to offer us whatever it is that we want. We can just kind of buy it on, you can just buy it when you want it. That it's just that easy. And with small stuff, maybe that works, right? Uber, fantastic, right? I'm able to now, I don't have to hail a taxi cab anymore. I can push a button and a car shows up at my house or whatever it is. So when it comes to the little transactional stuff, the internet is really good at allowing us to just push a button and we get what we want. So it works in those cases, but so often when it comes to the big stuff in life, the internet, companies on the internet, the social media companies, the whatever consultancies, whatever it is, they give us this promise that it's just going to be easy. That all we have to do is press the button, select this plan, pay here, and people are just going to show up. And when it comes to the big stuff, and especially when it comes to human beings, it just isn't quite that easy. How many times have you been fooled into just thinking that if I just buy this product, if I just buy this course, if I just buy this ad on Facebook, that we will then have a bunch of customers, a bunch of people will show up. It's just going to be that easy. And it usually just doesn't quite work out that way. And I have had this lesson viscerally this week, and it's gotten me to reflecting. And thankfully, I did both. I actually kind of ran an A/B test, a double blind experiment, whatever you want to call it, where I actually have been able to see these two things happen side by side in real time. So you may not have seen this yet, or maybe you have, but we are hiring for a really big, important role at Contact Mapping. We're hiring for a senior product manager, and this is a super important strategic hire for us. It's somebody that I envision being one of the most important partners in our business to help us to navigate into the future and to create the future of our product roadmap, to help us to steer the experience of our customers, to help them to unlock the incredible value that is available to them through the power of connection, to create contribution, to have this, to create a world that doesn't live through thinking that everything is just a transaction, or that doesn't get caught in the illusion of connection that is so easily and sort of attractively presented to us by social media websites, but doesn't typically end up working out quite that way. So we're in the process of making this really big, powerful, important hire for our business. And so I did what anybody I think would do. I created a job description and I went to LinkedIn and I posted the job on LinkedIn. I also went and I haven't hired on LinkedIn before, so I wasn't sure what to expect there, but LinkedIn's huge. So cool. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of applicants. My biggest question was not how many applicants we would get, but whether they would be relevant. Then there's another website here in Colorado. It's in like, I think 10 or 12 markets around the United States called Built In. So there's a Built In Colorado, there's a Built In Austin, there's a Built In San Francisco, and so on. That's really a tech company hub for hiring. And they're a very specialized site. They're kind of like the hotness in the space of technology when it comes to jobs boards. And it costs a lot of money to post a job there. And so I was like, okay, sweet. Like that's where I think these high quality candidates are going. I'm going to go and post our job there. So I went and posted it on Built In. And so I did that. I did the sort of standard, right? I put the job out there. But at the same time, I was very clear in my own mind of, okay, well, we not only need to do that, but I got to live our values of contact mapping. I need to tap into my network. I need to tap into the connections that I have and ask for help and think about this problem not as a how problem, but as a who problem. Who can connect me to the right kind of candidates that can help us to be able to find the right kind of people? And so I did that, and I have been tapping into that. So I want to say hi to a couple folks and just check in. So hey Jeff, hey Yolanda, hey Kirk, good to see you. Hey Paul, make sure you say hi to me in the comments so I can see you. I can't see everybody who's on here, so make sure you do that. Would love to give you a shout out and greet you, and let me know where you're watching from. Same thing on replay. I'd love to give you a shout out. So I did those two things, right? I posted on LinkedIn and on Built In, which are the two I think best, most target rich services to post the job on. And then I went and tapped into the network. Well, what do you think happened? It's been very interesting. So, Built In, I thought, oh man, this is going to be incredible. I'm sure we're going to see a bunch of really awesome candidates. It costs a lot of money. I know there's a lot of eyeballs on this website. And so, hello, Kimberly. I'm sure that's going to be awesome. So far, I think we're 4 days into the posting. Oh my goodness. Hello, Adrian in the Philippines. Good to see you, brother. So on this big fancy website, cost a lot of money, where all the eyeballs are. How many have we had so far? 0. We have had no applicants through this big fancy website that I thought for sure was going to give me a bunch of stuff. So that's a little disheartening. LinkedIn, we have had 7, I think, applicants so far, and several of them not qualified at all. That's okay. Kind of what I expected. Hey, Kirk, good to see you, brother. And so a couple of them not qualified. Handful of them reasonably qualified on paper, not really from industries that are very closely aligned to what we're doing. So a stretch at best. So, I give Built In an F minus so far. I'm kind of pissed that I wasted the money. It'd be interesting. Maybe we'll see something come in, but nothing there yet. LinkedIn, I give it a B. Like, number one, I didn't pay them anything. I didn't advertise it. I used the free offering, and I've gotten a decent amount of stuff, but so far I don't see anybody that I think has a credible likelihood of being my hire. Now then, on the other side, connections. So I made a list. I actually titled it "Who Not How Recruiting Edition," and I just started brain dumping. Who are the people who I know who could help me get to this kind of candidate? And I called them, I texted them, I reached out to them. I asked some of them for advice in helping me to develop the job description. And then I sent it to all of them and I said, hey, this is what's going on. This is where we're at. This is the role we're hiring. If there's anyone that you know that would be a good candidate for this position, I would be so grateful if you would pass their name along or pass the job description over to them so that I can connect with them. And of that, I've had 5 or so different people each give me one connection already. And I've met with 3 of the 5 so far. And the people that my connections are connecting me to are unbelievable. The conversation I had with one of the people today was one of the most riveting conversations I have ever had in my life. The journey that this guy has been on to get to where he is in this moment has blown me away. And I believe that I have probably already met the person. And by the time I'm done with these 5 connections, let alone I expect more to come, I I can basically guarantee you that the right person was brought to me by somebody from my network. And so, what's the lesson there? The first lesson is that we can't just assume that the internet will just materialize whatever you need at the moment you need it, just because there's a service for that, right? You can't, it just doesn't work that way when it comes to people. Trust is involved, high stakes are involved. The best people are usually not the ones scrolling job boards because everybody's coming to them. And so, how are you going to get in front of that kind of person? It has to happen through a network. It has to happen through somebody bringing me to that kind of person with some credibility to even make that conversation happen. And in the most important things, that's true in business partnership, in recruiting, in job search, in big sales deals. So often I go, okay, who do we know in common, and how can I get another angle on this person to see if they are who they say they are? So that is a really important lesson for us to all take away from this, is that you need to do that. And how do you do that? You've got to dig your well before you're thirsty when it comes to your connections. Because if you don't, then it's just going to be a lot harder. You're going to go, well, geez, I don't know anybody. So who am I supposed to call to help me get to the kind of person who I'm supposed to get to for whatever it is that I want to accomplish? And so if you're not building that foundation of people that you can connect with, that you can tap into when you are in need, then it's going to be a lot harder, and you're going to have a much more difficult time doing that. And so thank you. Sue said, this is so eye-opening. Brian, exactly. People do business with people they know and trust. And that happens. There can be a transference of that trust and that and that belief from somebody in your network to somebody else if you are fostering connections. And so that's what it's all about. And so how do you do that? You've got to have a system to help you, because if you don't, life's going to happen. You're going to get too busy. You're going to forget to stay in touch. And all of a sudden, it's going to have been too long. And when you're in that moment of need, you're maybe not even going to remember that person. Or if you do, you're going to go, geez, well, man, it's been 5 years. It feels a little weird calling them now. And so don't let yourself be in that space. Live your life through the lens of the power of connection. And that is really ultimately what contact mapping is about. And if you haven't tried what we have before, this is one of those moments where I hope you can see why it's so important and how it can benefit you, because it can benefit literally everything you do. It can benefit literally every kind of opportunity you're trying to create in your life. It can take you from feeling like somebody who doesn't have much to offer to somebody who has incredible ways to contribute across everything that you do, simply through being the person that can be the connecting tissue within your network. It doesn't even have to be that you have skills per se. It doesn't even have to be that you have a reputation per se, because your reputation will build simply through the power of cultivating and maintaining those connections. And so if you would like to understand a little bit more about how I do that, I would love to share more with you. All you need to do is message me the word app, or if you're one of our friends watching this on YouTube, message the word app to hello@contactmapping.com. And I would love to share more about what I do and how I have done that and how powerful it has been for me personally. I'd love to share that with you. And so I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me. If you got value out of this, I'd love for you to do one of two things, or both. I would love you to tag somebody who would benefit from hearing this, or I would love you to hit that share button. So you can hit the share button on LinkedIn or on Facebook. On Instagram, you can hit that little button that looks like a paper airplane, and you can send this to a couple people. But I would love for you to help us to touch the right people and to connect with the right people. And like I said, we're hiring for a senior product manager for contact mapping to build the future where we live in a more connected world. And so if that's you, or if you know somebody who needs to talk to us, I would love for you to connect me. You can send me their info in a message, or you can just have them go to send a message to jobs@contactmapping.com. Would love to connect with anybody who you know who would be a good connection here. And oh my gosh, John Fukuda, man, love you. It's been a long time. I haven't seen you in forever, man. It's great to see you pop up on here. And you are somebody who lives your life through the power of connection as well. I know that for sure. So thank you for being here with me. Have a wonderful weekend. Message the word app if you want to learn more about how I do what I do and how you can experience that same thing, and would certainly love any referrals you have on how to connect on this senior product manager role as well. So thank you so much. Have a tremendous weekend. Love you all. See you soon. Catch you later.